Good evening, everybody. All right, we got to get warmed up a little bit here. My name's Jim Senall, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to Demo Day 2016. We're really excited to showcase some of the companies that we've got here for you today. Want to start off with a few thanks, though. Thank you first to all of you for being here. You've got other things to do, and it's great that you've decided to come and plug into the entrepreneurial ecosystem. We've got to thank the startups that are about to get up here and give their stories and their pitches in front of y'all, but also all the entrepreneurs throughout the community that decided to build their companies here. In addition, all of the folks, many of whom are in this room, that are supporting those entrepreneurs, the coaches, the mentors, other service providers, community partners, investors, that whole landscape of the entrepreneurial fabric that is the village that we're building here. Thanks to all of those folks. I also want to thank the sponsors for today's event, without whom we wouldn't have some refreshments that we're going to have later or be able to have this great facility at our disposal. So thank you to Monroe County, Canandaigua National Bank, Boyle & Code, Excel Partners, Nazareth College School of Management, who missed the printing deadline, but I wanted to make sure that they got recognized, as well as a couple of anonymous donors who really just wanted to support in an anonymous way the startup ecosystem in the community. And we thank all of them for their sponsorship. High Tech Rochester. So you just got a glimpse of the many different things that we do, some of which you may not have known that we did. But in a nutshell, our mission is to be a catalyst for entrepreneurship and innovation here in the community. Or said another way, our job is to help entrepreneurs build successful companies. And we are fortunate we get to work with some of the most creative and innovative folks in the community, which is pretty exciting. It's actually a pretty good job to have. We also get to interface and interact with a lot of the resources in our community. Take this hall, for example. This is quite an impressive place. How many of you, show of hands, have never been in Hatch Hall before? I haven't either. I'm almost embarrassed to say it. But it's just a great example of, and we see it all the time, what fantastic resources we've got here in our community that people usually don't know about. And that's kind of the story for our startup scene as well. There's so much activity going on, but unless you're kind of exposed to it, you don't know what's going on. It's kind of invisible. So our goal is to finally kind of pull the curtain back on that, really show our community and the rest of the world some of the great things that are going on here in our community and make that more visible, because there is a lot of really good stuff going on. And this Demo Day is one way to do that. So we started Demo Days a few years ago for the HTR Launchpad program. This year we're expanding it to include some of the companies that are participants in several of the other HTR programs that we run. So we're excited about that. You did see a pretty broad range of programs that HTR manages for startup companies, most of which are based here locally. Some serve companies across upstate New York and even all of New York State. From idea stage to established manufacturing companies in clean tech, healthcare, you name it, it's a broad spectrum. And so a few months ago, we kept thinking we're really busy, and why is that? So we said, well, I wonder how many companies we're actually serving every year. How many startup companies, how many established companies are we serving? So we added them up, and I know that I was shocked by the number. So I figured, well, I don't know, maybe we're helping 20 or 30 companies a year or something like that. Over the last 5 years, we have worked with 548 startup companies at HTR. And, thank you. But there's more, and those are the startups, and an additional 331 established, mostly manufacturing companies as well. 879 companies that we've had as clients at HTR over the last 5 years, which is just mind-boggling to me. And it's why we feel like we're busy. So now I understand all of our team why they think they're busy, because they are. But the bigger part of that excites me is there's so much activity going on. And we have a front row seat to that, and we get to see it every day. But that much activity, that's what's growing here. That's why I'm really excited and why we're really excited about the future of our community. So we're going to show you some of that. You're going to get a little glimpse. We decided not to bring all 879 because 5-minute pitches would have been 73 hours of presentations. So we'll do that a different day. But Let's get things started. You've heard enough from me. I'm going to introduce Mike Riedlinger. Mike has developed and runs several programs for HTR. Mike is the architect of today's demo day, so we have to thank him for pulling it together. We have to thank HTR's awesome staff for pulling all this event together as well. And so without further ado, let's bring up and give Mike a very warm welcome. Mike.